Gotta have my lip balm. My lip balm, my balm, my balm. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I have so much new shit that I want to try. Really excited. I got a ton of new products. I've been kind of like just collecting. I like to buy stuff. No, I have got a ton of new products that I want to try. So that's what we're going to do today. Try on some products. I'll let you know how I feel about them. So if that's something you're interested in, keep watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. All that fun stuff. Comment down below. Before we get started, I know that with COVID-19, it's been really rough and we're all being told to quarantine ourselves or isolate. I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you, and if you are a person that has to go out into the universe and into the world to do your job, if you're somebody with client work or you're somebody that works in hospitality, I am sending all my love to you. I know that it is tough and not everyone gets the opportunity to work from home, and I know this is affecting you not only health-wise and with your family, I know that it's also affecting you financially. So my thoughts are with you. I hope it gets better soon. If you're a person that doesn't need to go out, I mean, obviously don't go out. Obviously stay inside, kind of be away from people for once. I know that that is hard to do sometimes, but don't, shit on the people that can't either. A lot of times we like to feel superior. Like, I don't understand why everyone's going out.
What is wrong with you? I mean, what is your malfunction?
Not everyone has the ability to work from home, so be kind to each other. That's really it. Just be kind. It's not that hard. We're all in this together. All in this together. Oh. Okay, let's get started. Hold on to your brushes. It's makeup time. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I have got a ton of new products to take a look at and review and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll start with primer of, I'm gonna be using the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. This is, it says it blurs the look of my pores, fine lines, uneven skin tone, primes with ultrafine silk powders for long-lasting, flawless makeup, helps provide a barrier, anti-aging Japanese superfoods. I don't know how true any of that is, but it is for all skin types. It's really for normal to oily. So that's why I picked it up, because I'm normal to oily. No, I got this because I like the silk canvas, but I wanted to try something that was a little more for us oily girls and boys. So that's why I got this. So I'm going to put this on first. Here we go. Prime this face. It is obviously liquid, but it's like a thicker consistency, but it's not like a paste either. So it is for oily, so I normally powder my face and powder my T-zone, but I'm not going to do that today because I want to see how the primer works with the foundation and with everything else, so that I get a kind of a baseline to know if I like it or not. Okay, so moving into foundation, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Fluid Foundation. It's supposed to be really skin-like, really lightweight. It's not supposed to be super heavy. It says it's a self-setting foundation, so you don't need to set it. It turns into powder, transforms instantly from a weightless liquid to soft matte powder, leaving skin smooth, fresh, and healthy looking while minimizing the look of pores. You know, everything is minimizing the look of pores. I'll be the judge of that. I also got the Bobbi Brown brush because I'm a sucker for the brush, as always. So I'm gonna put a little bit just on my, it's super liquidy. So I don't know if you can see this. It's like very, very liquidy, but we're gonna try it. This is a little lighter than my normal skin tone. I stood in Sephora for a very long time trying to figure out what my shade was, and I don't know that they necessarily had the perfect shade for me. This was a little too light. The next one down was a little too dark, but the coolness of it was probably the closest match. So that's why I picked this one up. One thing, I really like Bobbi Brown's makeup. One thing I don't like about Bobbi Brown's makeup is they have those Instagram ads where she is talking about a smoky eye and she's like, don't take a really dark black and put that all over your eye. Do something simple. And she's like going through whatever, talking about her masterclass. And I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way, I guess, because if you want to put a dark black all over your eye and that's the way you want to do a smoky eye, I mean, go for it, right? That a glitter smoky eye with a dark black all over it. I've done that before. That sounds just nice. It's not something that really we should be like mad about. But I don't know. I'm liking this foundation. It is very lightweight. It is very not full coverage, which is great. You know, I don't like full coverage things. I don't like being fully covered. And it's definitely a powder finish. You can feel kind of it, not necessarily turning into a powder, but it doesn't feel like a foundation. Foundation is a little patchy on my nose. I don't know if that's because of the primer or just because of my nose, because I have a terrible nose. It doesn't like to hold on to product. And also now that I've got my surgery, it's still healing, and so there's still some swelling, and so that may affect the skin around the swelling areas. Is it my favorite foundation in the world? Probably not. We'll see how the rest of the products sit on it. Okay, so let's move on to concealer now that my face is pretty much done. Like I said, the color is not perfect, but it's going to be okay. We're going to work with it. I'm not hating this. I do actually really like this brush as well. Soft. It's not like super dense. There was a foundation brush that came out recently with a different foundation that I used that was super dense and small, and it was awful. Oh. So I've kind of like not bought a foundation brush since then, I don't think. But I do like that foundation brush. Let's go ahead and move on to concealer. I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Labs Mother Approved Runway Tested Concealer. This is a full coverage concealer. I'm going to just put this right here in the inner corners, and then I'm going to blend that out. Now, I don't need a ton of concealer. I'm not a person that needs a ton of concealer. If you are a person that has super dark circles that you need to conceal, you may want to use a little more, but I have always, even since the beginning of my channel, only used a very small amount of concealer, and I've never done like that big triangle look. So you could check the receipts, but I've never liked that look. I understand why you do it. You're like trying to brighten up everything. It's just a lot of product for me. So, and I also got the Light Skin Fetish Blurring Under Eye Powder, so I am going to put a little bit of that powder on just to kind of set everything in place. But I'm not going to set anything else on my face because the foundation is supposed to be self-setting, so I'm only going to set the concealer. Again, this is a little yellower than I would have liked. I spent forever in the Pat McGrath section, like looking at them all, seeing which one's going to work, and there was no one that was like super cool toned that I felt like really matched my skin tone well. So there's that. I mean, come on, guys. I'm exhausted. Just make a cool toned concealer, make a cool tone foundation. It's not that hard. I mean, maybe it is that hard because there's not very many brands that can do it and do it effectively. All right, let me contour really quick. I don't have any new contour products, and then we will move on to bronzer.
Yeah. No, I totally predicted all those. Yeah.
Okay, now that we're done with that, because, oh my god. Always like the longest process. Go ahead and go into bronzer. I recently got this. This is the Glamabronze Originator bronzer. I am forever in the search of a bronzer that is a little more cool toned. I talked in my last video about the Revolution one. I do really like this one. I have a feeling this one too is going to be a little too orange. I need a bronzer that is not like super bronze, if that makes sense. I want something that is going to give me color without being like red. So we'll see. This one seemed to be the most cool toned out of all of them. When I swatched them all, it seemed to be the least orange of the bunch, but it's still, it's okay. And I mean, this may work better for like the summertime when I'm trying to look like super tan, because I don't tan, like, not that I physically don't tan, like my body will tan, but I don't like the sun. I don't feel like it's worth the skin cancer risk, so I just kind of stay away from the sun. I mean, I like it. It's not bad. It is definitely a little redder than I usually like. I think I'm going to like it more in the summer than right now in the winter. You know, we're heading there. We're heading towards summer. So maybe I'll like it a little better then. Okay, let's go on to blush. I have recently picked up the blush palettes from Melt Cosmetics. Melt just got like a new like kiosk, I don't know, with an end cap in Sephora. So I went and picked up some of these. I got 2 of them. I got like a purple one, which is like super cool and fun. And I love that color because I feel like you could do a lot with that. And then I also got this like peachy red one, and I think that's the one I'm gonna use because I'm not quite gonna go crazy. I have the purple one in mind for a different look. I've got like a look coming with that color, so I'm just gonna use this pink one. dust. And just put this right on my cheeks. They are very pigmented. Yeah, so I would recommend dusting that off because that is very, 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 very pigmented. I would recommend like tapping, get some of that excess off because she is, well, it is what it is now. So let's move on. I've gotten a few different palettes. The one that I want to use today is the Huda Beauty Pastel Mint palette. I have been eyeing this for a while. When they first came out with like this idea for the pastel mint, I loved it. I loved their minis. I did a review on their nude minis, which I love and I still use. And I like this one as well. This was the color story that I was most drawn to. I had crushed up my Emerald Obsession palette and used it to make slime with my knees. So this one was kind of like a replacement for that for me. So I'm going to go into this here. There you go. There it is. Very, very bright, very, very pastel. We are going to go into this light green shade here and just put that on our lid. I'm not really going to use a primer. If you want pastels to show up more strongly, you can use a primer. I'm not going to say that I'm lazy, but I'm lazy. And I like Huda's formula for eyeshadow. One thing you always have to remember with Huda is that they are shadows. They're not pressed pigments. You're not going to get a super deep color payoff right away. You are going to have to build because they're eyeshadows rather than pressed pigments. Also, a lot of people don't like to pay the price for them. They are a little bit of a higher price point. I am now going to deepen up this color here. Okay, so I am going to cut the crease now, and I'm going to just take a little bit of concealer and do a little bit of a half cut crease. It's been a while since I've done a cut crease, I feel like. I've not actually cut the crease in ever. You know, I've been trying to see what I can do without cutting the crease, without, you know, it's a good way to challenge yourself. What other eye looks can I do without doing a cut crease? Try to change it up. It's good to switch things up. Okay, so we're going to go into this white shade in the middle here, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner.
Yeah, listen, we fucked up.
I don't really like the shimmer shades in here. I feel like they're more of like glitter toppers than anything else, so I don't necessarily like them. So take that information what you will. I like the mattes in the palette. I don't necessarily like the shimmers. And I'm just going back into the initial green color and blending this all together. And for the bottom lash line, I'm going to take this pink here. And I'm just going to go down across the bottom. Let me throw on the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with the other eye done. I also put on some eyeliner because I felt like it was a little bit lacking something. So I went ahead and put on an eyeliner just to give it a little more depth. As far as the palette goes, it's okay. I do like the mattes. Shimmers are what I kind of have an issue with. They don't really do anything. So I don't know. Maybe it's just, I just don't like pastels. Maybe I just don't like the way pastels look on me. I'm not sure. Anyway, regardless, it's an okay palette. It's not like my favorite palette in the world, and it's not my least favorite palette in the world. I also put on some ABH Lash Brag. Just kidding. This is Fenty Beautiful Frontal Mascara, which is a really great product if you want curl and length and lifting and volumizing. Love that. Not going to wear any false lashes today. Sorry. We're going to move on. I'm going to go ahead and highlight using the Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette. This is such a pretty palette. It is such a unique palette. There are so many different colors, so many different things you can do with this palette. I'm going to go into Smooth Sailing and a little bit of Like Duh and just apply that to the high points. And do you see that? It's so incredible. I've used this a couple times, so this isn't necessarily the newest thing in the world to me, but I really do love this highlighter palette. So if you want something that is like super blinding, this is the shit for you, you know? It's very, very, very bright, very, very blinding. You know, I'm not always going for blinding. I'm not always going for something that's like super, super dramatic, but when I do want super, super dramatic, that's it. Okay, let's go ahead and go into lips. Let me do my lips really quick. I don't have really, I guess I do have new lip products, but nothing that's like super revolutionary. So I'm gonna line all that Just using this Just a Tint lip crayon. And then I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Lip Maximizer just as a gloss. Let me spray everything down. And that's it. This is the look. Let's talk about the things that I didn't love and the things that I love. Okay, so the primer and foundation, they look okay. They're not going to replace like my other foundations that I use, but okay. I mean, I can still see quite a bit of texture coming through, but I don't hate them. Now that I'm looking at like the screen, I see a ton of texture coming through and it's not good. I do like the bronzer and the blush, the Morphe bronzer and the Melt blush. I like those. The Morphe bronzer is a little warm, but I feel like I can pull it off pretty well. Eyeshadow palette we already talked about. Not really necessarily the best fan of. It's okay. Everything was just okay. I don't feel like anything was that amazing. I mean, obviously, I love the Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette. It's not necessarily new. I've used it a couple times, but I do love that palette. It does emphasize texture, obviously, because it's a very, very beaming highlighter. So you are going to worry about that. But other than that, I mean, it's an okay look. It's not my favorite look in the world just because of the amount of texture that I see. I do want to try the primer again with my normal everyday foundations that I use and see how it looks and what it looks like then after that. And then I kind of will let you guys know what I think. I'll probably use it again in another video. It's always fun. It's always fun to play new makeup and see new makeup and see, even though it doesn't necessarily always work and always like it, we always have fun while we're doing it. I hope you guys had fun. If you did, leave me a comment down below. Like this channel. Let me know what you think about this look. Let me know if you have gotten any of these products or what you think about any of these products. I would like to know, obviously. So let me know. I will try to get some more videos out for you while I'm here, while I am working from home. If you are working from home, I hope you enjoy it. Please be safe. If you are not working from home, if you have to go out for whatever reason, please be safe. I'm thinking of you. We will get through this together. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.